Hi all, good morning. Today I am at Madhugiri Hill. So I am doing the Madhugiri Hill trek today. So let's see how it goes. So that's it. So that is the temple at the base. So this was the old entrance which is not in use anymore. So this is the entrance for the Madhugiri Hill, and that one you see that was the old entrance, but look at it, it's completely in ruins now. So I'd like to tell you one feature of these old forts. So if you see, this is the main gate which is bigger, and then this is the smaller gate. So the main gate would generally be closed, and the smaller gate is the one which would be used on a day-to-day basis by the people staying here. This was mainly due to the security reasons, as if the main gate is closed, then enemy soldiers or people who are trying to attack wouldn't be able to come in a group or a larger group. So just look at the ruins, like it's completely vandalized. People have carved their names here. So let's continue our hike up the hill. So the time is now 6:30 a.m. So I came at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was the first person to enter the fort area. So look at this, they've carved the steps on the stone itself. Look at the view from here. I've just walked few steps, climbed few stairs. Already my breath is high. So let's keep moving. The security guard here told me that this would take around 3 hours both ways to complete. Look at this. The fort walls completely in ruins. Look at the view from here. The sun is about to rise. I think I need to keep moving and get a good vantage point to look at the sunrise. So good that they have dustbins here, and looks like people have used it, but then they need to clean it. So people have thrown the garbage everywhere. So those are the fort walls. So if you see here, there we have the fort walls, and then this section is completely gone, and then we have this section here. Okay, let's keep climbing. Look at this fort walls. So I've seen people walking on this, but it looks quite risky for me. So I think the roofs have gone away except for the pillar and the columns here. And this seems to be another resting area, right? So after the gate you have a resting area on the left and the right side for the soldiers and security guards to sit. Okay, so let's keep climbing. So what do we have here? I can make it, but then there's a lot of vegetation here and I don't want to take the risk with all my camera bags and stuff. So let's go down. I keep seeing these flowers in all the hills of the surrounding areas. Just look at this boulder. That was a pretty steep climb. That's another gate. Okay, let's start climbing again, crossing this, I guess, the third gate. So all this petal type of architecture is generally built by Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan during their rule. So basically all masonry is done during the Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali rule, and anything with stones and forts etc. would be much previous to that. Oh wow, look at this. The whole structure from there has fallen down here. So guys, if you want to visit this place, better you come as early as possible. Otherwise, I guess in few years or in maybe a decade or so, I don't think anything related to the fort would be here, as as you can see the ruins. Let's move on. Look at this massive fort entrance. It looks so cool, right? Let's go in. Okay, so another gate. Let's go here and see what we can see from here. Can you see the squirrels there? There's a lot of squirrels here. Look at this. So this is a massive resting area. And do you see this? So this is the main gate, and then here we have the space for the smaller gate, and this would be used on a day-to-day basis and not this one. Let's move on. Okay, so from this gate area we come to a massive opening. What do we have here? Nothing much. One interesting thing which I am observing in this fort is the walls have these stones which are protruded a little bit outside. I think this can be used to climb up the walls. Not sure why they have made this, as it would benefit the enemy or the attacking soldiers as well, right? This looks interesting. So if you see, the fort walls seems to be built much earlier, and then this masonry work is kind of attached to this fort wall. Oh wow, look at this. So this is the Kalyani. Generally all hill forts in and around Bangalore, they do have pretty massive Kalyanis, and this is another pretty massive Kalyani. But it's not having any water even though this is a monsoon season. So that's the area which is quite dangerous and risky. So I am the only person on this fort today. So I hope everything goes fine. So let's go to this pretty massive watchtower. So before the watchtower, let's walk on the roof of this building. So look at this, this has steps which is pretty steep, and then this ramp which is again pretty steep. This is the first time I'm seeing something like this. This is a secret passage. Don't know where it leads to, but I guess it leads to the basement of this structure. And then if you see here, there is a pretty massive hole here. So this also leads to the basement, or could be some hidden location which they might be using. So when you see a large opening on this fort walls, this is where they used to place the cannon, and from here they used to fire the cannon. And if it is a gun, then for that there would be a smaller holes. So this watchtower is pretty massive. So that's the hill. Let me try to zoom. Not able to do. Let's go back from this watchtower. So these steps are pretty narrow. Okay, do I take the steps or do I take this rampy section? The steps seems to be pretty scary. I'm going to take the rampy section as I came via the rampy section as well. I will have to take support. So guys, if you come here, do wear good shoes with a proper grip. So if you see, I got a shoes from Decathlon. I guess this is called MH100, and I think MH stands for mountain hike or something. Not sure, I need to check. But after getting these shoes, I'm pretty confident of walking up and down slopey sections. Before that, I used to wear sports shoes and I used to slip a lot, and it used to be quite scary as well. Okay, so navigating this last few stretches, and I'm down. That section is pretty scary, and that would be the challenging one. So let's see how that goes. And guys, as I said, I'm the only person on this mountain today. I came on Friday just to beat the crowds. Look at that lake. Not sure if it is visible on my action camera, but that lake looks pretty cool. And that's the Kalyani. So one last view at the Kalyani. So I was standing here for quite some time, so I've caught up with my breath. So I need to climb this now. I think I'll go out of breath again. So let's start again. So one interesting thing about this building, so this has openings on the roof. That means it is for allowing the sunlight to come. But if you see, I'm not able to see the entrance for this structure here. So there is a some kind of gopura. So looks like there was a door there, but then it is closed maybe, right? So I think that's what is happening. So they closed the door by putting that gopura and maybe some deities idol or structure, something like that. So I think this was the jail where during the Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan rule, one of the local queen was captured and imprisoned here. So looks like that is closed. I'm not sure, but then looking at this structure, that's what I believe. Okay, let's proceed. So now we are just walking beside the Kalyani, going downhill a bit. So someone is flying a drone. So the security folks told me that drone is not allowed. So look at these ants, how well they are going. Not sure you can see, but the time is now 7:30 a.m. I started around 6:15 a.m. and I think I spent a lot of time here. I need to watch my time as well, as I need to go to the so that's a temple there, and that's the another fort gate. So let me pretty quickly go to the temple. There is some deity there, but I don't know which deity. And this looks like a granary. Again the fort area. Crossing another gate. So this is how the gate looks. Okay, so now I think I've come to the true slopey and steepy section, and if you see here, again the steps have been carved on the stones itself, and there is a railing here which I'm holding and trying to go uphill. Sorry guys for my long breaths. So as I said, there's no one here on this hill, it's just me. So that's the good thing about coming during a weekday as against the weekends, but it also has a con where there's no one around to help you if something happens. Look at the view, guys. Look at this massive boulder. So after that slopey section where steps are carved out on the stone, you get something similar here as well, and that's the fourth structure. Okay, this carving of the steps does help, and the railing also does help. You don't feel the steepness of the stone after the steps and the railing. The railing is a bit rickety, it's making noise and not fixed properly or has come out in places. So there's water getting seeped through the walls and some birds, I guess a pigeon, is drinking water from that. That's another massive stone structure. So look at the gradient. Okay, let's keep climbing. There's another gate. Let's go through this gate as well. Okay, something has fallen here. I don't know from where. Okay, another slopey section. This seems to be okay, not too much gradient. I'm not holding the railings now. I'm just walking on the stairs. Okay, there's one more watchtower. I'm not sure how to go there, but I guess I can climb this and then I can go there. But I'm not going to go there now. I need to keep moving. Good that it is not raining. If it was raining, water will start flowing on these hill slopes like a river, and everything would be very slippery and very risky as well. Guys, now this is getting pretty steep. If you have fear of heights, then don't look back and don't take heavy support of this railing. Just use it for balance. Okay, now I'm not holding the railings as the gradient seems to be countered nicely and you can balance and walk. I'm lost of breath again. Sorry guys, if not for this railing I wouldn't have had the courage to walk so freely on this section, and my shoes, they seems to be supporting me as well. So guys, now I think I'm in the final slopes, and if you see here, there's a brick and mortar wall, and that wall used to be all through this portion here, but I guess over time it has fallen down, and this section you need to do a crosswalk on this gradient, and without that railing it would be very risky, scary, and you feel like you're going to roll over and fall down. For quite few years that particular section of the rail was not there, it was missing in between, and people used to just walk with great difficulty, but looks like they have installed it back. So now I think I can walk just holding the rails for support, and walking gradually should do good for me. And once I reach that brick and mortar wall, then I think I am pretty good. So I guess this is the last fort structure, and after this I think I'll get the summit. So let's see, let's continue to walk. So look at that. So before going there, I guess I'll just take some rest here, get my breath and energy back, and then I'm going to take up this challenge. Okay, let's navigate this. Just one step at a time. I don't know, I'm going to go back. That's another gate. Another watchtower, fort walls, and looks like some pillar or minar opening for cannon fireballs. And that's pretty much the summit. So guys, I think we are at the last stretch of our Madhugiri Hill Fort trekking, and that looks a pretty steep final ascent to the summit. So let's do our summit, guys. Okay, there are no railings here. This is also a bit steep and slopey. But I guess this is manageable. Oh. Let's continue. Okay, there were steps until there, and now here there are no steps, but the gradient seems to be okay. So guys, I thought I've reached the summit, but there's one more fort structure here, and we need to walk a bit more uphill. So I had completely lost out of breath. I took a few minutes break and started again. There's a symbol here, arrow mark. Oh man. So another carving on the stone, small stairs. So it has been a never-ending slopey section after slopey section. Look at that, guys. Another gate, place to keep the diyas. You have to crawl through this section and come up. So finally we have reached the summit. I can say this now with much confidence. So this, if you see, is a very common structure. Looks like some granary. Oh, I could have gone from here as well. So guys, I've explored the summit and I think I should start going down.